All right, up next we have Cast Iron Cat. Cast Iron Cat, if you want to come up and introduce yourself.
You're covered. I can do it from up here.
Yep, that's me, on stage, in VR, in front of 200 people. How did I get here? Well, it's a very long story. You see, I grew up in the age of the internet. You know, a lot of people older than me grew up watching TV or doing stuff like that. I didn't. I grew up with the internet. I was practically raised on YouTube as a young age, watching channels like, my first channel was Sugar Conroy, who does Nintendo Let's Plays and things of the sorts like that. Eventually, my sister got me into PewDiePie, which got me into Markiplier, Jacksepticeye, you know, those big three of the YouTube gaming channels. Video games and content creation kind of became my life. It was just, you know, I loved watching and playing games with these big content creators, and, you know, it really inspired me to do what I do now. I now do content creation because of these people, and the love that I have for making videos, playing games, and talking with people. On the internet, you could really be whoever you want, and, you know, there's always some kind of group for it, whether that's a good thing or a bad thing sometimes. Our virtual reality, for me, when it first came out, it didn't really interest me too much. I mean, I thought it was kind of cool, but not one of the things I thought would be my absolute obsession in life until about 2 years ago. 2 years ago, my friend Aqua, who has been featured on the channel before, invited me over to his place. I kind of invited myself over. It's a long story. Us and a couple of other people were hanging out at his place when we noticed in the corner that Aqua, on top of a pile of dirty laundry, had a Quest 2 headset. Now, I hadn't heard of the Quest 2 headset at this point. You know, to me, the idea of a completely standalone VR experience, like, I had no idea that something existed like that, or had existed for about a year at that point. And so Aqua was like, hey, do you want a shot at this? I was like, yeah. So he got Pistol Whip ready for all of us to play. And that was my first time in VR. Sitting there, running down a fake hallway, shooting at enemies, being an awesome, badass, on-beat John Wick. It was a experience. I mean, sure, I probably looked like a fucking idiot in that room. I mean, I can guarantee that nothing I did was actually that impressive. I love VR, but you don't exactly look as cool outside of VR as you do in VR. This blew my fucking mind, even if it was just the Quest standalone version of Pistol Whip, which isn't as good as the regular Pistol Whip, but, you know, give it credit where credit is due. It's still really awesome. I immediately after that went out and got my own Quest 2 headset. I ordered it on Amazon, and of course, there were some problems with shipping and other stuff at the time, so I had to wait about a month before my headset actually shipped. But of course, I was antsy, so I was consuming all the VR content that I could. And two names kept popping up every single time.
Hey guys, and welcome back to the Virtual Reality Show.
Hello, and welcome to another Thursday News Day.
This adorable power couple consists of the YouTubers Thrill Seeker and Fia, or also known as the Virtual Reality Show. These two are solely responsible for getting me through that time in anticipation of waiting for my headset to show up. Thrill Seeker obviously does a lot of really awesome videos on VR, whether it's his weekly news days, I'm not going to say what day it falls on, but most of the time it's a Tuesday, or Fia's virtual reality channel that shows you the wonders of vrchat, which is a truly incredible platform. It's these two are the reason that I actually got vrchat. Okay, the boys might have had a little bit of help in that too, but so when my headset finally shipped, uncomfortable strap and all, I knew that the first game I had to download was vrchat. It's free, it's got a great community, and from what I heard, it's essential. Like, I needed to check this thing out. So booting up vrchat for the first time, it's kind of it's a big thing, you know. You suddenly have the internet too, basically at your fingertips, with anywhere to go, anywhere you can think of. And it's filled with many, many different people. I had no idea what to expect when I first got into VR. I did what a lot of, you know, people who first get into vrchat do. Probably not the smartest idea, but I went to the ever popular Black Cat. I, fortunately, did not have as bad of an experience in the Black Cat, as a lot of people do. I got in a sad, scared little mute, and I met a person who I never got the friend request of. I feel really bad for that. I am sorry to whoever that was. He and his furry avatar sat me down and showed me some of the basic menus and defense systems of VRChat. And from then on, I kind of opened up a little bit, and I didn't, stay in mute for very long. Of course, as you can see on my channel, I got really obsessed with VRChat. I loved it. Even when I wasn't on VRChat, I was watching Thrillseeker and Fia's videos on VRChat because it's just an incredible community. Once again, I feel that connection that I had in those early days of YouTube and the internet, where anybody could be whatever they wanted. There's thousands of different people on VRChat all doing completely different things and basically just being united under one game, one big, awesome game that we all share and we all get to make levels for, make avatars for, roleplay in, do whatever you want. It's a fucking awesome experience. In the time that I got VRChat, other channels popped up that got into VRChat and were doing really well. That inspired me to make my own YouTube channel and start doing VRChat content that you see now. So if it wasn't for Thrillseeker and Fia, or even channels like Twice, Chris Quits Reality, Fillion, I probably would not be doing what I do now. So of course, after a while of playing VR and being in the VRChat circle and experiences, I saw this. One of the channels that I absolutely love was doing a hidden talent showcase. And since I saw it on January 16th, the signups ended in 2 days. I'll be honest, I did this on a whim. I signed up. I didn't expect anything for it. I've done a few kind of things like this where I've thrown myself out into some kind of sign up for a show or anything like that. Not even necessarily in VR, just YouTube channels and live streams and stuff like that. And I've gotten shot down every time. So I just kind of threw my hat in the ring to kind of see what would happen. And lo and behold, a couple days later, I get a message from the incredible Gobit. Hey cast, I'm Gobit, one of the coordinators for VRChat's Hidden Talent, currently working on the schedule right now for the show, and was wondering an estimate how long your performance will be. Oh fuck, I got in. The time between that first message and the actual show flew by. Suddenly, I was sitting there in my office with my headset on, getting ready to join into an instance filled with a whole bunch of other talented people where we are all going to perform on one stage just above the virtual reality show logo. I was so incredibly nervous joining into this instance. I was shaking. I couldn't even stand up. I had to sit in my chair. I finally entered the instance and I looked up and I saw a familiar face. I saw Gobit and I was like, okay, I'm in the right spot. I'm ready to perform. This is gonna be great. Except someone got the fucking instances switched up and I was in the wrong instance.
Castain, you're going to switch to instance. What the
travels
instance
here.
links I will be moving around.
So after shuffling around a little bit, now I was in the right spot, being ushered around by an amazing guy named Narrator and Slouchy Youchy, who is one of the head butlers for the Black Tie Butlers, who is part of the collaboration with the virtual reality show and Gobit to create the Hidden Talent Showcase. When I tell you these were some of the nicest people and like some of the greatest people you could possibly have running this show and helping out the performers and stuff, I truly mean it. Showed up about an hour before the show, I think. We were all just kind of gathering. I got to meet the other performers. They were all really cool. Aspera, who did the dance at first, was really nice, and I feel so bad that there were some problems with her on the stream later. Seal, who did the awesome country music ensemble, was incredibly funny, and that made me a little nervous too, because he was way funnier than I was. How this was set up was there were two instances. There was instance 1 and instance 2. Instance 1 would obviously go first, and that would be live streamed to instance 2. When that was done, there was an intermission, which was adorable, might I add. It was a cat march. Then instance 2 would live stream to instance 1, and then instance 2 would have an after party. I was the 4th performer in instance 1, and I was scheduled to do a stand-up comedy routine. Well, actually, it was labeled as other, but it was a stand-up comedy routine. We all know that. I've done live performances before. I'm a musician. I've done a few coffee shop musical performances. I used to do theater in high school. So I was incredibly fucking nervous for this. More than any of those things had ever been. A lot of these people, they are my people. They are awesome, you know, content creators or even just enjoyers of VR who love to hang out in there. I can't tell you how weird it was looking up and seeing so many known and trusted users in one spot that I usually don't see them in. You know, I was already worried because it's like, I don't want to fail in front of these people or mess up because these people are awesome and they are my people. Even worse was when I'm sitting down in one of the chairs and I'm really nervous. I'm waiting for my time and I look over to the left of me and who the fuck is sitting there except the YouTuber Twice, who does awesome VR chat content as well that I really enjoy watching. Twice was awesome, by the way. He was like super chill and quiet the entire performance and like everybody wanted to say hi to him and he was doing really good. Finally, after sitting there in the audience, it was my turn to head up. I walked up on stage and I greeted everyone and I decided to ask the question, how is everybody's day going? To which I got absolutely no response. My nerves shot through the fucking roof at that point. The entire auditorium was silent as I stood there waiting to start my set. And no matter what I did, I asked how they were doing. I made a couple jokes. It seemed no one was laughing. I was devastated. You know, I worked really hard to put this set up, and I was really worried that I was failing in front of everyone. You know, my heart started racing, and the nerves really got to me. And then all of a sudden, Fia walks up to the stage just to tell me,
Your mic is muted.
yeah, my mic was muted the entire time. I had been up there for about a minute now, and my mic was muted the entire time. On the plus side, because of that, I got a clip featured on the virtual reality Twitch stream. So, you know what? I'll take it. That's kind of a win. But man, when I finally got my mic set up and I tried to roll it off, the audience erupted in laughter. And I started feeling way more confident and way better about myself.
I was muted that whole time. Whoops, okay. Off to a fantastic...
Obviously, I have the whole routine up right now that you can go watch. It was a great time. There were a lot of laughs. I had a lot of good interactions with the audience. And I left that stage feeling so much better about myself. I was still nervous because I was in the presence of quite a few YouTubers who I really admired and looked up to. But I put on a good show, so I hope that I made a good impression. And I think I did. At that point, I didn't even notice, but when I walked off stage, I was filled with so much like adrenaline and anxiety. I just straight up walked right past Via as if like nothing was going on, just from the sheer amount of nerves alone. And I just began like muted laughing hysterically off stage. Just me like, holy shit that I did it. I didn't even realize that Via and the audience behind me were giving me a second dose of round of applause and a lot of really great words and complimenting me on my performance.
I was gonna say hi.
Alright, I think at the end of all of this, I'm gonna say, you know, I really liked that one. I think that one might have been a really good one. One of my favorites was that one.
Dude, when I watched that footage, you know, an hour after the event happened, late at night, I was like sobbing in my office. Happy tears, obviously. But I was just, oh, dude, those words hit me right in the heart. It seems small to a lot of people, but I really, really look up to these guys and the stuff that they did. They built something from nothing. They've become really great parts of the community, and they're genuinely really great people. So I was happy to sit there, watch the rest of the show unfold, and have great conversations with a few different people, and just watch some really, really awesome shows. The fucking after party was so good. The music was bussin'. The people were bussin'. The studio itself and all of the staff fucking bussin'. I was able to sneak my good friend Aqua into the after party as well, and we had a great time. He was having a really good time. He was dancing with his full body that I don't have yet. We talked with a few of the other performers as well as just some other people. Again, 2 subscribers. Shout out to you two. Y'all are fucking awesome. You know, it was just a great time and a good after party to celebrate a really good show. However, I had my eyes set on something else. Because who was also at the after party other than Fia and Thrillseeker? Obviously, if you put on the show, why wouldn't you be there? But I, being the absolute nerd and dork I was just sitting there waiting for my opportunity to say hi to at least one of them. Looking back over the footage right now, it's kind of cringy. I'm just sitting there, just working up the courage. I can tell you right now, I'm just sitting there in my mind like, just do it. Just go up, just say hi. Just don't be an idiot though. Like, don't be really cringy. Don't be like, oh, hi, how's it going? Or that. No, you gotta like, just be calm, be cool about it, and they left, didn't they? Seriously, it was that for like a solid hour. Every now and then I'd go back, hang out with my friends. I'd see Fia and Thrill walk over and then just stand there staring at them. They probably think I'm such a weirdo. It doesn't help I've also like spammed them. Well, not spammed them in particular, but just in the end of the show, talking about my experience on Twitter. I'm sure they're getting really annoyed with me now. I'm sorry, this is the last time. I eventually was able to get Thrill to stop bouncing around all over the place to pay attention for a second, which was already really nerve-wracking. I had no idea what to say. I just said, hey, Thrill, and he looked directly at me and I froze. I had no idea what to do, so I just said the first thing that came to my mind. Hey,
yes.
I have got a friend right there who will freak the fuck out if you say hi to him.
Oh, okay.
Oh my god, Cass, why are you such a fucking awkward person? They were both really, really nice to us. Thrill immediately went over, said hi to Aqua. We had a great conversation. They were both super, super nice. And although we didn't see him for a long time, you know, it left a lasting impact on both me and Aqua, who are huge fans of Thrill Seeker and the virtual reality show. So I call that a win in my book. After that, we danced, we drank, we had a great time with some of the other performers, met some new people, all the fun stuff that you do at an after party. Shout out to Slachi, who just started this random, like, improv role-playing opportunity for me to just be an absolute goofball, because this was so fun, and I'm so glad that I got to make a couple other people laugh with just my dumbass shenanigans and my weird stunts.
Oh,
thank you.
It's poured out. It's a recycled drink that 12 people shared.
That's
What?
disgusting.
What?
Oh, nothing. Just drinking up, man. It's good.
Okay.
Kev, I mean this as a friend, you might have just got roofied. You might have just got roofied, alright?
Hey, don't worry about that. They should have already dissolved. Some of them did, but
It's bean pizza man.
Look, hey, dude, I don't know what you're talking about. I feel So that was my experience with the virtual reality show and the Hidden Talent Showcase. This was one of the best nights of my life, like, to be entirely honest. There wasn't a lot that went wrong. You know, everybody was having a great time, just dancing and celebrating in VR. I was having a great time. I met a lot of great people. You know, we still have the Discord server for the Hidden Talent Show going, and it is still just every day there's a couple new messages. We're all still talking. It's been so cool. I am really glad that I got to do this and that I worked up the courage to actually, like, apply and not give up on it, because there were a few days where I'm like, I'm not talented enough for this. I should really drop. They should really find a new performer who isn't me. But I stayed, and I had a great time. You know, we all had a really awesome time. Shout out to Gobit, by the way, who, you know, made all of us in the chat just feel absolutely special. Gobit was incredibly nice and helpful in answering all of our questions and making sure that we felt comfortable and that we knew that we were all going to do really well. And we did. I think there was not a single talent on that stage that did not deserve to be there. There were so many awesome, talented, funny, great people that went up there. And a lot of my friends thought I was doing this for some kind of content boost. Like, suddenly by doing a random talent show in VRChat, I was going to gain thousands of subscribers. And that's not why I did it. I did it because it genuinely seemed really fun, and I wanted to hopefully even have the smallest chance at meeting one of the people who has been so influential for helping me with my content and doing what I love and really giving me the inspiration to continue and do content creation. I mean, I absolutely love this. You know, I keep doing content creation hoping that one day I will hit that point where I am monetized and able to do this full time. I'm not at that time yet. I don't expect to get to that time anytime soon. But eventually, if/when it does happen, I'm fully committed and ready to do this as a job. I mean, content creation for me, the editing, the shooting, the just having fun of it all is just great to me. You know, this is a dream job for many that I could not be able to do without some of the support systems that I have and the friends that I've made. And, you know, it's seeing stories like the virtual reality shows, Spheas and Thrill Seekers, that really just kind of inspire me to keep going and keep on doing this content creation. So at the end of the day, was this the big channel boost that people thought it would be for me? No, I gained 2 subscribers. They were awesome subscribers, though. I had great conversations with them at the end of the night. They were so funny, dude. That's not what it was about. It was about having fun. It was about, you know, showcasing my skills as a comedian. But with that being said, it's time for the video to end. This is a longer video than what I usually do, and I'm looking at the footage right now. I have almost 6 hours of footage and audio to go through. This is going to be a hell of a night. But if you made it through, obviously I did something right. My editing was good. My audio was good. Whatever it was, thank you for watching. I really hope that you guys enjoy my content and continue to enjoy my content. So please, leave a like and subscribe down below. Leave a comment. Tell me what I did right. Tell me what I did wrong. Anything in between. And you guys have a good rest of your night. I will see you all later. Bye!